The sky is overcast over Sao Paulo on that July night. The lights on Paulista Avenue only highlight the darkness of the heavy rain falling. It is 10:17 p.m. when Helena Souza, 28, finishes her third shift at the municipal hospital. The rain catches her off guard without an umbrella. Her only protection is a thin coat that is already soaked through. Helena walks quickly. The cold drops hit her tired face as she mentally calculates how much money she has left to make it to the end of the month. Her son Matthew, 8, needs new school supplies. The pantry is almost empty. The bills are piling up. As she turns a corner, Helena sees an elegantly dressed man, apparently about 45 years old, lying on the sidewalk. He is motionless in the rain. Helena hesitates for a moment. She is already late. The bus that will take her home will be here in a few minutes. Even so, her nurse's instincts speak louder. She approaches. "Sir, are you okay?" There is no answer. Helena gently places her hand on the man's neck. His pulse is racing and irregular. She notices the excessive sweat on his face, despite the cold rain. The stranger is pale, having difficulty breathing. "Sir, can you hear me? I'm a nurse." The man opens his eyes slightly, confused. He tries to speak, but only coughs. Helena quickly realizes the signs. He is having a heart attack. "I'll call an ambulance." "Hold on tight." Helena takes her old cell phone out of her pocket. The cracked screen barely responds to touch. She calls 911 while keeping the man lying down in the proper position, trying to protect him from the rain with her own body. "My name is Andre Mendez." The man manages to say with difficulty. "Stay calm, Mr. Andre. I'm Helena. The ambulance is on its way. Try not to strain yourself." Helena quickly checks the man's pockets and finds a medicine box. Among them, she recognizes a medication for high blood pressure. She monitors his vital signs, talking constantly to keep the man conscious. 15 minutes later, the ambulance finally arrives. Helena passes on all the information she has obtained to the paramedics. She accompanies them to the hospital, sacrificing her only time to rest. While the medical team takes care of Andre, Helena calls a number she found in his wallet. "Hello? My name is Helena Souza. I'm a nurse. I'm calling because I found Mr. Andre Mendez feeling sick on the street. He's at Santa Cruz Hospital now." The voice on the other end seems panicked. Helena tries to calm the person down, explaining the situation with professional patience. After assuring them that their family is on the way, she looks at her watch. 11:48 p.m. She missed the last bus. She will have to pay for a taxi, money she does not have. Helena leaves the hospital with a clear conscience but a heavy heart. The rain has finally stopped, but the streets are still soaked. She walks to a taxi stand, sighing at the thought of the money she will spend. When she gets into the vehicle, she doesn't realize that she left her identification badge in the hospital room. The days that follow are normal for Helena. Exhausting shifts at the hospital, rushing to pick up Mateus from his aunt's school, bills to pay. She almost forgets what happened on that rainy night. 3 weeks later, Helena is called to the hospital reception during her shift. When she arrives, she meets an elegant woman, approximately 40 years old. "Are you Helena Souza?" "Yes, it's me. My name is Beatriz Mendez. I am the wife of Andre Mendez, the man you helped on the street a few weeks ago." Helena smiles, genuinely happy to know the man is okay. "How is he, ma'am?" "Thanks to you, he's recovering. The doctor said that if it weren't for your quick intervention," Beatriz swallows hard, "my husband would be dead." Helena lowers her head, embarrassed by the compliment. "I was just doing my job, ma'am." "No, you did much more than that. You had already finished your shift. You could have simply gone on your way." Beatriz extends her hand, returning the badge that Helena had lost. "Andre insisted that I meet you to thank you in person." Helena accepts the badge with a shy smile. "How did you find me?" "It wasn't difficult. Your name was on the badge and you work here." They talk for a few minutes before Helena has to go back to work. Beatriz says goodbye, thanking her once again. That same night, Helena finds an envelope in her bag. Inside, there's a business card from Andre Mendez. CEO of Mendez Incorporados, one of the largest construction companies in the country, and a check for 10,000 Brazilian reals. Helena stands still, staring at the check for several minutes. That money would solve many of her immediate problems. She would pay off her outstanding debts, buy new school supplies for Mateus, and maybe even be able to take the specialization course she wanted so much. However, after a night of reflection, Helena decides that she cannot accept. The next morning, she heads to the address on the business card. The imposing Mendez Incorporados building intimidates her. She takes a deep breath before entering. The receptionist looks her up and down when Helena, dressed in simple clothes, asks to speak to Mr. Mr. Mendez does not attend without a prior appointment. Please tell him you're Helena Souza. He'll see me. The skeptical receptionist makes the call. To her surprise, she is instructed to take Helena to the penthouse immediately. Andre's office occupies the entire top floor of the building. Floor-to-ceiling windows offer a panoramic view of the city. Andre, still looking haggard but visibly better, stands up to greet her. Helena, what a pleasant surprise. Mr. Mendez, I came to return this. Helena holds out the envelope with the check. I can't accept it. Andre frowns. Why not? It's the least I can do. I didn't help you expecting a reward. I know that. That's exactly why I want to give back. Helena shakes her head. It wouldn't feel right. I just did what any decent person would do. Andre looks at Helena with a new look of respect. You know, Helena, people like you are rare in this world. Accept my gratitude in another form. Then, let me help you in some way. Helena hesitates. I don't need. We all need help sometimes. Andre interrupts gently. Tell me a little about yourself. Reluctant at first, Helena ends up sharing fragments of her life. She talks about Mateus, about how she became a single mother at the age of 20 when the child's father disappeared, about the 3 jobs she holds to support them, about her dream of specializing in pediatric nursing. Andre listens attentively. When Helena finishes, he remains thoughtful for a few seconds. I have a proposal for you, Helena. It's not charity, it's an opportunity. We are expanding the company's social responsibility program. We are offering scholarships to health professionals in exchange for hours of work in our social projects. Would that be of interest to you? Helena's eyes light up. It would be a dream, sir. Great. I'll talk to our director of social projects. In the meantime, Andre takes the check back and tears it up in front of her. I accept your decision, but let me at least help with your son's studies. The school where my children study has a scholarship program. I can recommend it. Helena feels tears forming. I don't know how to thank you. No need. I'm just paying you back for what you did for me. The following months bring significant changes for Helena. Mateus is accepted with a full scholarship into one of the best schools in the city. Helena begins her specialization course in pediatric nursing while working part-time at a community center supported by the Mendez Foundation. Life remains difficult. Helena still works hard. There are still bills to pay. But for the first time in years, she feels like she has a path forward, a brighter future for her son. On a Sunday afternoon, 6 months after the fateful encounter, Helena takes Mateus to the park. While watching her son playing, she feels someone approaching. Can I sit down? It's Andre, accompanied by a girl of approximately 10 years old. Of course, Helena smiles. Your daughter? Yes, this is Luisa. Luisa, this is a lady who saved Daddy. The girl smiles shyly. Thank you for saving my father. Helena is thrilled. It was a pleasure to meet you, Luisa. Andre sends Luisa to play with other children, and then turns to Helena. How are things? Better than ever. Mateus is loving the new school. And the course, it's everything I dreamed of. Beatrice told me that you've been standing out at the community center. Helena blushes. I'm just doing my job. Always modest, Andre smiles. Actually, I came to talk to you about something important. We're expanding our foundation. We're going to open a pediatric clinic in the housing complex we're building on the east side. We need someone to coordinate the nursing staff. I thought of you. Helena's eyes widen. Me? But I haven't even finished my specialization yet. It'll be over in a few months. The clinic won't open until next year. Plenty of time for you to get ready. I don't know if I'm qualified. Helena, Andre interrupts her gently. I'm not offering this as a favor. I've seen your work. I've seen your dedication. You're exactly the kind of professional we need. Helena looks at Mateus playing with Luisa. For the first time, she allows herself to believe that the future can be different. I will think about it fondly, Mr. Mendez. Andre, you can call me Andre. 2 years pass. The Mendez Pediatric Clinic serves children from one of the poorest areas of the city. In the main hallway, a sign reads, Director of Nursing, Helena Souza. Helena is in her office when she receives a call. It's Andre. Helena, we are finalizing the housing project near the clinic. These are apartments for Foundation employees. You and Mateus are among the first on the list. Andre, you've done so much for us. It's not a favor, Helena. It's company policy. All directors have the right to housing. Helena smiles. Thank you. That night, Helena takes Mateus to see the apartment where they will live. 2 bedrooms, a large living room, and a modern kitchen, a luxury compared to the small room they had shared until then. Mom, is this really ours? Matthew asks in disbelief. Yes, son. Now we have a real home. While Matthew explores the apartment, Helena goes to the balcony. From there, she can see the city lights. She remembers that rainy night more than 2 years ago, when she found a man lying on the sidewalk. How could she have imagined that that moment would change their lives forever? The phone rings, interrupting his thoughts. It's Beatriz, Andre's wife. Helena, can you come to the hospital? Andre had another heart attack. Helena's heart races. She hurriedly packs Matthew and calls a taxi. On the way to the hospital, her mind is full of worries. Andre has become more than a benefactor. He has become a friend, someone who genuinely believed in her when no one else did. At the hospital, he finds Beatriz in the waiting room, accompanied by the couple's 2 children. Her eyes are red from crying. How is he? Helena asks, dreading the answer. Stable for now, but the doctors are worried. His heart is very weak. Helena hugs Beatriz. Can I see him? Of course. He's asking for you. Helena finds Andre in an ICU. He looks fragile, connected to several machines. Even so, he smiles when he sees her. Hello, guardian angel. Helena smiles through her tears. Don't call me that. That's what you are, my guardian angel on that rainy night. Andre gestures for her to come closer. I need to tell you something important. Helena leans in to listen. Before I met you, Helena, I was lost. I had money, success, but I had lost my humanity. I was obsessed with business, ignoring my family, my health, everything that really mattered. Andre takes a deep breath before continuing. That night, when you saved me, it wasn't just my heart you saved. It was my soul. Seeing someone like you who had so little but gave so much, it made me rethink everything. Helena holds Andre's hand, moved. The doctors say I need a transplant. Andre continues. I'm on the list, but it might take a while. You can do it, Helena says with determination. You've overcome this before. If you can't, Andre squeezes Helena's hand. Promise me you'll continue your work at the clinic. Those children need you. Don't talk like that. You'll be fine. Andre smiles weakly, always optimistic. 3 months pass. Andre receives his transplant and begins a slow but steady recovery. During this time, Helena proves her worth beyond expectations, not only managing the clinic, but also coordinating the expansion of the Mendez Foundation's social projects. On a sunny spring afternoon, a year after his second heart attack, Andre invites Helena to lunch at the restaurant at the top of the Mendez Incorporados building. I have something to show you, he says after the meal, leading her to a meeting room. Inside are several company directors, including Beatriz, who now hold the position of president while Andre recovers. What is this? Helena asks, confused. A board meeting, Andre replies. And you're part of it now. Beatriz steps forward, handing Helena a document. We want you to direct all the Mendez Foundation's social projects, not just the clinic, but also the schools, community centers, the entire program. Helena looks at the document, stunned. I don't know what to say. Say yes. Andre smiles. No one is better than you for that position. But I have no experience in corporate management. There's what's most important, Beatrice interjects. Integrity, compassion, vision. The rest can be learned. Helena feels like she's dreaming. From a poor girl growing up in a suburban neighborhood to a single mother struggling to make ends meet, and now, executive director of one of the largest charitable foundations in the country. Why me? She finally asks. Andre smiles, gently touching the chest where his new heart beats. Because you taught me that sometimes we need to lose everything to find what really matters. You saved me twice, Helena. First my life, then my humanity. 5 years pass. Helena is on stage, receiving a national award for social responsibility. Under her leadership, the Mendez Foundation has become a reference in sustainable social projects. Thousands of children receive education and health care thanks to the programs she has implemented. In the auditorium, in the front row, are Mateus, now a 15-year-old about to start an internship in the technology area of Mendez Incorporados, Andre and Beatrice, who have become like family to them, and dozens of children from the communities served by the foundation. Helena looks at all of them while holding the trophy. This award doesn't just belong to me, she says into the microphone. It belongs to everyone who believes that small acts of kindness can change lives. 7 years ago, I was just a tired nurse walking home on a rainy night. I stopped to help a stranger on the street, not knowing that that moment would change my life forever. She pauses, looking directly at Andre. But the truth is that it wasn't just my life that changed. Together, we were able to change the lives of thousands of people. This is a true miracle. When we help someone without expecting anything in return, we create a chain of kindness that spreads far beyond what we can imagine. Helena looks at the audience, at the children in the communities, at her son. They say we can't change the world. Maybe we can't change the whole world at once, but we can change one person's world. And that, sometimes, is enough to start a revolution. The audience rises to their feet in a standing ovation. Andre, with tears in his eyes, is the first to stand up, followed by Beatrice and Mateus. Soon the entire auditorium is on its feet. That night, after the ceremony, Helena walks through the garden of the foundation's headquarters. Andre approaches, walking slowly with the help of a cane, a consequence of his heart condition. Do you know what impresses me most about you, Helena? He asks. After all this time, all this success, you're still the same person I met on that sidewalk. Helena smiles. Some things never change. And that's good, Andre replies, because that's the person who saved me. Not just my life, but my soul. They watch the starry sky in silence for a few moments. Tomorrow we open the 10th clinic. Helena says, I never imagined we would get this far. And there is still a lot to do, Andre adds. Helena nods. Yes, there is still much to be done. The next day, Helena is up at 5 a.m. Old habits die hard. She prepares for another day of work, no longer as a nurse struggling to survive, but as an executive whose decisions impact thousands of lives. As she sips her coffee, she looks out the window of her apartment. No longer the small room it once was, but a spacious apartment in the same housing complex where she started out as the clinic's director. On the living room wall hangs a framed photo. Helena and Andre on the day the first clinic opened, 5 years ago. Your phone rings. It's Matthew, who spent the night at a friend's house. Good morning, Mom. Shall we meet at the opening later? Sure, son. I'll be there at 10. I'm proud of you, you know? Helena smiles, moved. I'm the one who's proud of you, my love. As she leaves, Helena allows herself a moment of reflection. Of all the lives she has helped change, her son's is perhaps the one that moves her the most. Mateus grew up watching her fight, watching her dedicate herself to others. Now, he follows in their footsteps in his own way, combining his aptitude for technology with a desire to help others. The clock reads 6:30. Helena finishes her coffee and prepares to leave. Before walking through the door, He looks once more at the photo of her with Andre. He remembers that rainy night, the man lying on the sidewalk, the decision he made to stop and help. A small act of kindness that changed not just 2 lives, but thousands of them. A story that continues to unfold, grow, inspire. Helena smiles. The day is just beginning, and there is a lot of work to do.